Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today we have a 3v3 on my side. Vampire Counts, Empire, and Beastmen versus Bretonnia, Dwarves, and the Empire. It's a pretty close game. I brought my pretty prototypical Empire army here because I didn't know who I was going to be fighting. But I brought this army based on the idea of me possibly fighting Bretonnia. So swordsmen to deal with their front line, spearmen to deal with the flanks, and great swords for hitting power, halberds for anti-cavalry, and just the cannon to try and deal with anything. The cannons are generally a good choice for multiplayer battles just because they're going to get a lot more work. There's a lot more going on. They're not as easy to single out when there's 3 players to worry about. So yeah, we'll start with me. I got my 4 spearmen, 3 swords, 1 Sigmar Sons, just to make sure the center survives for a little while, because they're unbreakable. 2 great swords, silver bullets, my favorite unit, one of my favorite units in the game. My 2 Empire captains, each with a healing potion. Light wizard, just with net of Ammontok. And Boris Todbringer on a cavalry with a healing potion. Over here we have this huge vampire army, front line of zombies, and they're going to be really slow, so they're going to limit how fast I can move up to engage my side of the battle because they are so slow and they take so long to engage over here. So you're going to see me moving up and stopping about halfway to wait for the zombies to catch up, and then advancing from there. He's got 2 Graveguard, 3 Crypt Horrors. He's got just a regular Vampire Lord here, along with a Claw of the Gash Mortis Engine. He's got 1 unit of Blood Knights. He's got a Necromancer on this side, and then 2 flanking, I guess, Skeleton Warriors. Over here for the Beastmen, he's got a very infantry-heavy build. He's got 5 of these Goreherd with shields up in front. Minotaurs, just the regular one with the 2 axes for anti-infantry duty. You can get a close look at these guys. He's got 3 Bestigor Herd and a Giant, along with 1 Gorbull and a Beast Lord. Oh, 2 Gorbulls. I'm assuming they have healing potions, but I don't know. Over here, we've got this Empire army. Up here, he's got 2 Empire Knights. He's got an Amber Wizard on a horse. And he's got this Empire Captain. He's got General of the Empire on the Hippogriff? I don't remember. And 2 crossbowmen and a handgunner unit. He's got a main line of 2 halberds, 2 great swords, and a spearman on one side, and another Empire Captain on foot to kind of hold up his front line. And I definitely like this build. He's got 1 Empire Captain with his flanking cavalry, and 1 to hold up his main line. For Bretonnia, they've got 8 spear infantry. 4 of them are pole arms, and 4 of them are spearmen with shields, 2 trebuchets, and 3 peasant bowmen. And then he's got the flying death squad of 3 paladins, each with a healing potion, presumably, and Leon Leoker on Becky. The dwarf player has 4 miners with blasting charges up front, 5 dwarf warriors, 2 runesmiths. Might be an overspend there, but we'll see. Just a regular lord, just a regular dwarf lord. Don't see him very often. We've got 1 longbeard to kind of support the morale of this whole thing, 2 thunderers, 2 quarrelers, and hammers for some hitting power. And so this is gonna get off. This is gonna get off to a quick start. All of this artillery here is gonna start firing straight into my great swords and my main infantry line. So I'm going to tell the group to move up. Oh, I also forgot I have this cannon, and it's gonna start shooting at the trebuchets, but I miss many a time, so I'm gonna actually switch to these great swords. Woo. Oh, looks like he started actually opening fire on my cannon. Looks like he missed as well. You can see my Demigryphs moving to the other side. to try and potentially deal with any of this cavalry that's going to come towards me. And this Beastman player is deployed way to the side. We have a much longer line, so he's actually going to be flanking all the way around this side. And the dwarf is going to go to this hill to deploy against him, with Bretonia moving up to deal with the zombies, the vampire counts. He's actually going to move most of his archer line here to shoot into the flank of my troops. And Bretonia is going to move up and over here to deal with the vampire counts, and so it's going to leave this set of bowmen a super clear firing line straight into the side of my greatswords and my swordsmen, and it's going to melt my front line as I engage. But you can see that I'm waiting for the zombies to come up, and so I'm just taking heavy fire from the trebuchets. They can't see these silver bullets, but they're taking collateral damage just from them shooting at these swordsmen. And you can see the beastman moving towards the flank. He's going to try and engage up this hill. Runesmith's moving forward to put some early Wrath and Ruin on. These crossbowmen coming up to take some early shots, and I'm going to move my handgunners up to kind of open fire on them. And I'm going to... It was lagging very badly for me at this point. Like, there was like 5 to 10 second pauses where none of us could do anything. And so I net of Amontok, and then one of those happens, and it just messes up the entire thing. And you'll see it cast here, like right as they leave. Which is sad. Waste of power right there. And I'm going to move these swordsmen to deal with all of this. I really don't know how he's going to engage. And then at this point, he's going to move all 3 of his paladins over here to my side. So I'm getting hit with 3 extra peasant bowmen, 3 extra paladins, 2 trebuchets, and all of this Empire troops. So when I don't see most of this happening because I'm so focused over here, and so I issue my charge orders here to the main line, but then he does some charge orders of his own, and I don't get almost any of my charges off here. You can see these spearmen coming in. I'm not paying attention. I'm watching these paladins come in, and I'm really worried that that's a huge death squad right there. So I'm going to move my handgunners over to try and help. And while I'm paying attention to this, you see this huge, just withering arrow fire, and it's going to melt my spearmen, my greatswords. We're going to get like a flock of doom here, and then this death squad's going to come in and just... Basically, my front line is just going to die instantly. Before I even notice what's going on, you can see I'm casting nets over here. This guy's running around with a net on him, classic. And just then now there's this extra force that is going to come in and rear charge here, and there's nothing I can do. The main line, the dwarf has kind of moved over here, but he's not doing a good job of moving his forces. And so the beastman's going to kind of take advantage of this and move up the hill. The vampire counts, not much here fighting against him, just some peasant bows and some basic troops. But he's going to send a lot of troops to go try and break through to finish off the dwarf. So this fight gets wrapped up. I end up killing or scaring off the 3 Pegasus Knights, or the 3 Paladins. And at this point, I know I'm going to lose here. And so I'm going to bring my halberds in to try and... I was trying to get this General of the Empire and maybe this Feral Manticore. And I'm going to move these guys around. Again, my handgunners, these are one of the few units I have left. They're just going to try and open fire point blank into these great swords. I'm going to do everything in my power to keep these guys alive, to keep kind of delaying the side of the battle. You can see this is going better. He's routed most of this infantry. This has kind of gotten to a standstill here with the beastmen, but soon the vampire count's going to come in and sweep through this way, especially with this Claw of Nagash, and they're going to finish up this dwarf player. And so at this point I see that, and I am just trying to delay this Empire victory as long as humanly possible. My Empire captain got into some of the peasant bowmen here. King Leonel occurs on getting hurt. You can see my silver bullets still shooting into this greatsword. They did a lot of damage so far. I'm going to move these demigryphs into these crossbowmen, and you can see it's just not going well. There goes my Empire Captain. I don't know if Boris is dead already. There's the second one routing, and I didn't get the healing pushing off on either of these. But you're going to see he's not going to chase them. He's going to start trying to mobilize this way to deal with this, and I'm just going to keep moving my troops back in to delay him just as long as possible to let these people win over here. And you can see I use my healing potion on Boris, and he's fighting this Empire Captain. But now the Flying Death Squad's coming, and so I'm not very hopeful for this silver bullets. You can see one of the Pegasus Knights came back, real hurt. They're just opening fire straight onto these Empire Knights. They almost got caught. Oh, you can see them. Oh, the charge. Oh, and at this point they're not going to last long, but I move in my remaining routing units. You can see this guy over here. I've used the Potion of Toughness, and I'm going to bring him back in. So you can see that this fight went well with those crypt horrors in the back, and they're just cleaning up the rest of the heroes. Oh, he has a Claw of Nagash and a Mortis Engine. I did not see that in the beginning. But that's a lot of damage potential right there. He's going to finish chasing off... Oh, he's not going to finish chasing off Boris. And so that's one of the big problems. He never finishes off my units because he wants to get back to this fight so badly. But that allows me to just keep coming back. You see both my Empire Captains back to full health, and they're going to keep moving in here while this fight wraps up on this side. And he's going to make a big line here. My cannon still firing. It's still got a little bit of ammo. It's got a lot of kills this battle, just firing into the blobs. My handgunners come back, and they're going to open fire on this Amber Wizard. You can see my Empire Captain dealing with some swordsmen, and Boris is just going to charge straight in here. The power bar definitely swinging in our favor with this huge powerhouse here. They're just sweeping. I'm going to move the remains of my demigryphs in against these Empire Knights. Even as badly damaged as they are, they should still do a good job. You can see the Amber Wizard routing, and at that point I switch targets to this the Feral Manticore. I don't know if that's the best target, but I'm just trying to get as much damage done as possible. Dwarf player routing with some Crypt Hordes chasing him. Lots of Bestigor Hordes still around, which the Empire would have problems dealing with, even if I wasn't around. You can see this Empire Captain finally routed. Boris is about to die to the Empire Knights and the Feral Manticore. He's routing. And I'm just moving everybody in. This Empire still doing okay. And yeah, it's basically over. You can see 30 seconds left as the Vampire comes in and cleans up the remains of this army. I definitely did not micro that initial charge very well, and it caused a lot of problems. I think this is where Boris dies. Oh, little rear charge. I think I'm now firing at the general of the Empire, but at this point it's over. I didn't do a very good job of microing my front line, but there's not much I could do with that 4 peasant bowmen opening fire on my flank, and the trebuchets firing from the beginning. But I think I did a good job of tying up the Empire player until the vampires and the beastmen could deal with the dwarves and the infantry component of the Bretonnians. We can take a look here at the kills. We'll start with the vampire. These zombies didn't do very well, obviously. They're just meat shields. Look at these, 72, 66, 42. Great stuff. All of this supported, of course, by these 2 Mortis engines that will deal significant damage if left alive in combat. Yeah, definitely those Blood Knights did well, and the Crypt Horrors got a lot of the kills. Up here, my Empire Captains did okay. My Demigryphs okay, my Greatswords okay. My Swordsman line just got melted, especially for a 750 gold unit. 10 kills is not good. Spearmen, they just got destroyed being shot on the side. But this cannon, 101 kills on the cannon, that's great. We'll go to this guy. 44 kills, that's good. Yeah, look at this. 60, 47, 70, 58, 84, 95, 76, 65, 42, 55. Definitely the main killer on our side was this Beastman coming in, getting against the dwarves with the support of the vampires. We'll pop over here to Bretonia. Spearmen doing decent against those against my spearmen and those zombies, getting a lot of kills. Not very many kills on these peasant archers, surprisingly, but good kills on these trebuchets. 71 and 86. That's pretty good. 48 on this Porn, pretty good. These paladins, they shouldn't have been going up against my demigryphs with halberds, though they did do a good job of delaying my demigryphs and allowing those recharges of the Empire Knights. Probably wasn't the best place to engage them, and if they had focused on maybe the right side of the battle, getting recharges on the poor morale beastmen, would have been a better way to use those paladins. Look at the dwarf. 41, 8, 15, 50, 18, 74 on this Miners of Blasting Charge is pretty good. But none of these dwarf warriors pulling out much. I think this army would have done well with a Thorgrim at the lead. Maybe get rid of the Lord, get rid of the Miners with Blasting Charges, just make them Miners. And maybe upgrade the Thorgrim. Maybe this dwarf infantry line would have done better against the high attack of the Gore Herd. You expect more out of a Longbeard than 16, but he might have been in the back and only got engaged when the vampires came charging in. We'll look at this. This is the Empire player, of course. Good kills on the Empire Knights, especially for 800 gold unit. Good kills on the Greatswords. Good kills on the General and one of the Captains. And good kills on the Crossbowmen. I didn't really see these guys doing much in the battle. I don't remember what they were shooting at, but anyways, pretty close 3v3. The 3v3s are always chaotic and a little bit fun. Well, thanks for tuning in, and that's that.